Christopher from CNC Loom Boys, and I'm going to be showing you this really cute Chespin alpha loom chart. What you will need is an alpha loom, an alpha comb, and a rainbow loom hook. You will also need clear bands, six round regular bands, lots of tan regular bands, one orange alpha loom band, and also lots of green alpha loom bands. So let's get started. First, you make a figure 8 on the middle pin. And then you do the same for the outside pins. Then we put a green band on each of those same pins. Before we loop these three, we put a figure 8 on pins on the outside of the middle pin. Then we loop the three. Go to the other side. There. And then we put two more figure 8s on the other pins. And on the pins that had bands before, you put another green band on them. But before we put another band on each of these three pins, we put a green band to act as a connector band for these three. Then we put another one for this one. And then we loop all of the bands that we have for these 5 pins that have 2 bands on them. And now, push them down. You put a clear band on the whole row. And now it's just a whole row of green bands. And they got away from me. Now we loop the bands up with our alpha comb. And it's stuck. Oh, almost. We push our bands down. And now we put a clear band. And we put cat bands on just this one side with brown bands for these 3 middle pins. And put 2 tan bands on the pins next to them. Cat band them. And I'm having a little trouble. And then we pull them all down to the other pin. And it fell off. Hold these bands down to the other pin. We will be putting green bands on this row and this row for the whole charm except for the last row. Now loop these bands up on both sides. Push them down. And then we take our clear band and spread it across. And we also have to have 7 black bands. And on this row, on this pin and this pin, we are going to put black bands for the eyes. And in the middle pin, we are still putting brown. And pull this down. And we put green bands on the outside. Put 2 more tan bands on these 2 pins. Pull them over. And then loop them. This might be a little hard because the tan and brown bands are doubled and they feel tight. So it might be a little hard to move your comb or whatever you're using. I'm having a little trouble. Bands. There. Okay, and on this side of your loom, you should start to see Chespin spikes coming out. So then we put a clear band on these. And then we put an orange band right here. And put 2 green bands on the outside, and the rest are tan bands. Bring them over to the other pin. And then we loop them. Push your bands down, and now we will be starting the mouth. Using 2 of your black bands, put black bands on this pin and this pin. These 2 the outside, and the rest are tan bands again. Fold them over to the other side. And then we loop them again. Loop the other side. My bands are really close together, so I'm gonna space them out so they're not overlapping while I try to loop them. And then we're going to finish the mouth by putting a black band on this middle pin and the pins that we had black bands on before. Then these two are green again. We put tan bands on these two remaining pins. And then we loop up. Tight. And now what we will be doing is taking this green band and putting it over to these two pins, and taking this green band and putting it on these two. And how to do that is just taking this side with your hook and pulling it over to the left, and this one over here to the right. Then we pull this one to the left, and this one to the right. Then we put a clear band, and then all of these are just tan bands. Clear band. Then we pull the bands over. Then we loop it. Clear band. And the green band that we looped over from the outside pins, we also take out. That on both sides. And now pull your bands on one side and put them on the other side, so that just only one side is being used. And make sure your bands are not all close together, like on a line. Then we take the bottom two parts and loop them up. Repeat for all of them. Loop it up while making sure that the top part don't go up too. And now what we'll be doing is taking these two parts and moving them over to the next pin. And then we go through the one that we just took up and grab the bottom two. And then we do the same for the others. Pulling this one over here, going behind, and then taking this one up, Then we take these two over to this one, and then this is going to go over to this empty pin. And so instead of using C-clips, we're going to use this other technique. We're going to take this green band and pull it through. I'm having trouble with that. Then we take both ends of that green band, whatever color you want to use, to take it off. And it might look bunched up in here, but you stretch it, it will look more like this so far. And then we take this band and this green band, and stick the hook through it so it gets stuck in there and it doesn't come out. And it's not going through for me, so I'm going to do it a different way. Undo this. Going through this row. And taking these two and pulling them through. And then your finished chespin should look like this. And for my next tutorial, I will be showing you this Boo ghost from Super Mario Maker. And this is what both chespins look like together. Bye.